Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Voice After 50, the space where we celebrate strength, reflect on challenges, and explore our lived experiences as women over 50 and beyond from every walk of life. I'm Beverley, I'm 57, and at this point of my life, I know three things for sure. 1, I can't drink coffee after 3 p.m. or I'll be up all night and be bombarded with waves of hot flashes. 2, I love my shoes to be comfortable, but they also have to have some flair and panache. And 3, I have officially started to sound like my mother. And this last point is the one I want to focus on. Today's episode is all about those strange, funny, sometimes beautiful moments when we realise, wait a second, was that me speaking or my mum? If you've ever said something and then immediately followed it up with a sigh and a, wow, mum says that all the time, this one is for you. For me, this happened a little while ago and since then has been a consistent, unconscious occurrence ever since. I remember walking up to my front door after a trip to the shops and noticing as I approached the door that all the lights were on. As I walked through the door, I stood at the bottom of the stairs and yelled up to my son, "Why are all the lights on in the house?" And before I knew it, this exclamation was followed by the classic, "Do you think electricity is free?" The words came out of my mouth like a reflex. I froze, stared at my son, now standing at the top of the stairs, and just started laughing. Because that was one of my mum's lines, engraved in my childhood memories. Now it's part of me. And apparently part of my adult catchphrases too. And the thing is, it's not just what is said, is it? It's the tone, the timing, the sigh, the gestures. It's the exact way you fold your arms when you're waiting for someone to explain themselves. It's checking if someone ate, even if they're grown. It's sending people home with Tupperware loads of food. It's saying, take a jacket, no matter how sunny it looks. I once caught myself rinsing out a takeaway container and adding it to the neatly stacked, or should I say mountainous collection, pile of plastic containers that may come in handy later. And I thought, yes, this is it. The point of no return. I've officially become my mother. Growing up with a Jamaican mum meant that there was a certain style in the way she told you off or reminded you to mind your manners. She'd say things like, "Don't let me come back and see it still sitting there," as she was leaving the room after seeing my school bag in the middle of the living room. For no reason. Why did I leave it there in the first place? Sorry, going slightly off topic. Or, I'm not sure where you picked that attitude up from, but you can take it right back there. And if you were really pushing it, that look, the one that said, "Try me today and see." No words needed. Now, here I am repeating those same expressions, maybe a little softened, maybe with a laugh, but they've stayed with me. They've become part of my rhythm too. And it's not just the old school lines, oh no. We've developed a whole new generation of mum sayings that our mothers never had to say because the world didn't require it. I catch myself saying things like, "Why's your phone always dead? Charge it before you leave." Or, "Stop scrolling and go get some fresh air." And the classic, "I don't care what TikTok said, use your common sense." Sometimes I hear myself saying, "Share your live location when you get there, please." Or the safety check-ins. "Send me a text when you get there and don't forget this time." Or, "Don't order any takeaways, there's food at home." And that one makes me laugh because my mum absolutely said that, just without the Deliveroo reference. A friend of mine of a similar age told me she recently heard herself say, "You better respect yourself." She said it sounded so much like her mum that she had to stop mid-sentence. Another friend laughed as she told me she started giving out advice like, "Don't leave the house with wet hair, you'll get a cold." Or, "Take something sweet in case your sugar drops." Meanwhile, her kids and mine are looking at us like, where did that come from? Or in my house, sometimes the look is more like, what is she even talking about? And you know what? When you think about it, there's something funny and comforting about this though. Sounding like your mum, isn't there? These little phrases, these habits, the unshakable belief that ginger, garlic and lemon can cure just about anything. My mum is Jamaican, as I said before, so Sirisi tea, which is extraordinarily bitter, was the antidote for all ills. That need to check the front door is locked twice, the love of Tupperware with mismatched lids, the way we check on everyone else before we sit down ourselves. But it's deeper than nostalgia, because sounding like our mums, it means we've absorbed their language of care, their way of showing love without always having to say it directly. Of course, not every memory of our mums is easy. Some of us had complicated relationships. Some of us were raised by aunties, grandmothers, older sisters, and some of us had to mother ourselves. But still, their voices shaped us as an example, as a warning, as a call to do better. And there's power in recognising what we've inherited, and even more in choosing what we carry forward. Now that we're older, and hopefully a little wiser, we get to blend what they gave us with what we've learned along the way. We're reshaping what care sounds like, maybe softening the edges a little, but keeping the strength. I love watching women in their 50s, 60s and beyond, stylish, grounded, funny. We're the generation that wears bold lipstick, tells our knees to behave, and sings along to music we bought on cassette and now stream. We know how to uplift someone with a sentence, and how to give the look that shuts down nonsense instantly. And yes, sometimes when we say, "because I said so," or "don't waste food, there are people hungry," we sound exactly like our mums. But that's not a bad thing. That's legacy. That's language passed down through love, survival, and Sunday dinners. So if you've ever caught yourself mid-sentence thinking, "that was definitely my mum," just smile. You're not turning into her. Not exactly. You're carrying her strength, learning from her example, remixing her wisdom, and adding your own seasoning to the stew. And here's something I'd love for you. Message me and tell me the one line your mum used to say that comes flying out of your mouth. I want to share some of them on future episodes because hearing how our mums echo through us is powerful, funny and healing. And if you're listening and missing your mum or wishing things had been different between you, be gentle with yourself. What you choose to carry forward is yours to shape with love. Thank you for joining me on today's episode of Voice After 50. If this made you laugh, reflect, or remember something your mum used to say, please share with a friend, cousin, or your own grown-up children who now hear you saying the same things. Or share with us here at Voice After 50. Until next time, I'm Beverley, still drinking hot ginger and lemon, still telling people to bring a jacket, still asking everyone if they've eaten, and still learning how to sound more and more like myself, even when I sound a little like my mum. Take good care of yourselves. Talk soon.